Good morning. Welcome to Morning Oasis. I'm running just a few moments behind, so I'm going to close a few things while we get started. Okay. All right. Hi. I hope you guys had a good weekend. You guys saw the disaster of my hair. So look, this is what happened when I added the blue, and I kept kind of some streakies of that red, but this is the new color. I really like it. I think it came out good. I hope you guys like it too. I mean, you know, it's my hair, so the most important thing is that I like it, right? Okay, so let's see. Today is Monday, the 6th of February. We are, today's kind of one of those days. Last night, I don't know about you guys, but I had a lot of energy coming through at about 2 o'clock in the morning. They had me up from about 2 until 5 this morning, 4:35, somewhere right around there. It was rough. It was rough. Good morning, Michelle. It's so good to see you. Let's see. So morning announcements. Let's see. We don't have a ton of announcements. I did want to let you guys know that at the end of the month, my husband and I are going on a trip together. So I will be gone for a week. There will be a week of no Morning Oasis. Unless there's somebody else who wants to take over for that week, I might be talking to Shauna. Noah Boss, the energy has not changed my hair. The dye has changed my hair. Good morning, Abbas, or good evening, because it's nighttime where you are. I heard there was an earthquake over there, Abbas. Let's see, in northern India, I'm going to butcher the name, Uttarakhand in India. So that's kind of close, if I remember correctly, to I don't think it's right on the Pakistan border, but it's kind of close to over there. I hope everybody's okay. It was like a 5.6 earthquake this morning. It would have been their nighttime. It's always kind of sad and a little bit scary when at night there's an earthquake because it's dark and we can't really see what's going on. Let's see, another announcement on the 14th, I guess that's a Valentine's Day. I'll be being interviewed on the Butterflies of Wisdom podcast. And I'm kind of excited about that. It'll only be like my second interview on somebody else's show. Thank you, Sue. I really like this color combo. I gotta say, it's the darkest I've gone in a while. I haven't had my hair this dark since my 20s. You didn't experience the earthquake? Okay, great. That's great. I'm glad it didn't spread so far. You know, the hard thing about earthquakes in these other countries and places that are ancient, that have had people living in them forever, is their structures are old too. So a lot of times what doesn't seem like such a big deal for an earthquake, it's actually quite a big deal because those structures are not designed to handle that kind of shaking. Another thing that I thought was pretty interesting, you guys, I don't know if you're aware of this, but the Schumann frequency of the earth has shot up. Like, we're up at 36 hertz right now. That is really high. I was doing some reading this morning before, talking about it for the show, and apparently, there was some predictions. Scientists were saying that as of in July of last year, you should color one side of your head in red. So not gonna do that, boss. Oh, thank you. I love the glasses too. Let's see. So yeah, the Schumann frequency, they were saying in last July that once it reached 13, that we would, that the Earth would stand still. Their prediction was that the Earth would stand still and reverse in its rotation, reversing our magnetic polar fields. We're so overdue for a magnetic polar shift. None of us really know what that will look like because it only happens once every 200,000 years or so. 120 to 200,000 years is approximately the range. So yeah, well, the Earth didn't stand still. We passed 13 a while ago. They're also talking about how time is speeding up. Our concepts of time are speeding up. So what is 24-hour period for us, it actually feels like a 16-hour period. So that's pretty interesting as well. Let's see. Why can the energy of all the people in the world stop earthquakes? Yeah, you know, it's interesting. I was reading that if all of the people on the planet came together in one collective group and focused on stopping the planet, we could stop the planet's rotation. We have that much power with our consciousness. It's true of us. It's just the problem is that we're not that collective, and maybe that's what we're going to talk about today. I don't have any card pulls, so if anybody would like a card pull this morning, I can do a couple of them before we get going and talk about the shifts in the planet, the shifts in the energy that are coming through. This, you know, if you haven't heard of the Schumann frequency before, if you're not aware of it, since we've been measuring it and aware of it, it's been like 7.83 if I remember correctly. And it's been so consistent and so reliably that number that even the military was working on it. All right, Michelle, I'm going to put you down. The military even makes their things based upon that. How could we survive? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that it would make us not survive, Abbas, actually. I think there's a lot of fear around it because we really don't know, but it is a natural cycle of the planet for sure. So yeah, it's kind of one of those interesting little things that we're kind of all going, I wonder what that means. Let's see, Michelle, which deck wants to talk to you? Earth Magic. Oh, so surprising since we're talking about her. Let's see. Yeah, so one little just side note, my son and I a friend of mine has a farm and he raises rabbits and for pets and for meat, and he raises his own cows and pigs, and he's just building up this amazing little farm space. Well, we went out there and my son and I fell in love with this baby bunny. Oh my goodness, so freaking cute, you guys. So we've decided that we're going to be adding a bunny to our home. We'll see how well Gypsy handles that because, you know, he's a hunter and he's not so down with other animals. So we'll see. We'll see how that all goes. We're excited, though, to have a bunny come into the home. I haven't had a pet bunny since I was in my early 20s, actually. And that one was a mean guy, actually. He was